What's going on, guys? My name is Joey, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today, I am now giving you guys my meta setup for Plague Star in 2025. We have had some changes in the game. We've had some elemental changes. We've had changes to armor and as well as HP values, so the fight feels a little bit different than it did last year, but mostly, not last year, I'm sorry, 2 years ago, but mostly it still feels the same. So what I have for you guys today is I'm going to be giving you guys my meta Nova setup, the full setup with the full run explanation. So first things first is I just want to talk about my Nova build. So what I go for here on Nova is I go for Sprint Boost. This is going to give us Arcwing speed. We're going to go with Primed Sure-Footed for knockdown resistance. We have Primed Continuity for duration. We have Umbral Intensify for strength, Lightning Dash for parkour. This is your flex spot. We're running Savior Decoy, as we will be using Decoy on this to cheese caves. So the whole point of this is basically we'll put this down, and if the decoy is active when our character dies, we change positions with the decoy and we become invulnerable. So you can pretty much go into a cave, pick up the canister, let the enemy kill you, and then you teleport right back to the forest spawn. So this is really nice to have. We have Vig Swap on here for some free extra damage. We have Prime Flow for pool, stretch, and overextended for some nice range on here. And now we have 84% strength. If you run Maturite, you're going to get this up to like 80% speed boost anyway. Even with just this, it's still solid enough for me, and my runs have been going really well. And then our weapon of choice is going to be secondary, so we're going to be running Velocity and Pistolier for ammo efficiency and big fire rate. So first things first here is Afentis. We run Afentis here. This is just going to give our big buffs, like we're going to get reload speed buffs, fire rate buffs, ammo maximum buffs, minus recoil buffs, just for killing enemies while we're in the circle of this. You guys don't need a special build on this. All you want to do is just throw a little bit of fire rate on this, maybe some reload speed, and you're good to go. For the secondary here, I have the Pyrana. Now, this is the bread and butter of the whole run. This is the weapon that's going to be carrying us through. It's going to be getting all of our kills. So what we go for on here is we have Lethal Torrent for fire rate plus multi-shot. We have Hornet Strike for flat damage. Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot stacking. We have critical damage with critical chance. We have Primed Quick Draw. So if we don't have Pistolier up, we get those super fast reload times. This is really nice to have, in my opinion. It's been really nice since I put this on my build. We're running Flat Heat as with the elemental changes that we have in Warframe now. The Hemoscythe is now weak to heat and slash damage, so we're going to run Flat Heat, and then we have our Primed Expel Infested because the enemy is an infested unit. I have Primed Steady Hands on here for recoil reduction, and I have Deadhead. You can go with the base damage arcane of your choice. For me, this is really easy to stack, so I decided to go with Deadhead. And as far as the melee goes, all you need is a Vastilok with Shattering Impact. You could probably use something as well, like Aram Spinoza would probably work too, but just Vastilok's probably really cheap. I think Barrow had it like last time that he was here, so if you guys are interested in this, yeah, Shattering Impact, just throw some fire rate on there, and then I just have some impact weighting, but you guys don't even really need the impact weighting. And now, one other thing I want to go over fast is really important to the run here is we're going to be running the Bleeding Dragon Key. What this is going to do is it's going to really, severely reduce our HP. The reason we go for this is because we want the enemies to be able to kill us quickly when we're trying to teleport out, because the force spawn windows at certain points can be very small. So having really low HP will be really nice for them to kill you. Now, it will be annoying in mission at points where you have no HP, you get toxin proc, and you die right away. As long as you pay attention to where you are, you take care of the enemies, it shouldn't be all that bad for you. If you want to put resistance on here or something, you can. But two things as well. These Archon shards, my 2 Tau Forged Amber shards that fill maximum energy on spawn. If you guys aren't running preparation, you need these. Run these 2, and then I'm running 2 red durations and a casting speed. And now, before we get into the run as well, we have our Panzer Volpafile. This is going to be Giga buffing us. We have fire rate buffs, critical damage buffs. We're going to get resource increases, viral procs, everything really nice about this. So run something like the Panzer to give you nice weapon bolstering. And aside from that, really, there's not much more to the build. So what you guys want to do here now is I'm just going to be going over the run with you guys. So what you want to do is let me make sure I'm on solo. Yes, I am. What you want to do first is you want to just obviously go into your Steel Path. This is going to be a guide for the Steel Path version of Plague Star. There's not really a reason to not be doing Steel Path, so you guys should be running the Steel Path. So first thing I'm going to do when I get in is I'm going to put my mech here to hold the door open, and we're going to wait for the enemy or the cave to spawn. Right when it spawns, we will drop our decoy, and you want to rush the cave. The decoy's on about a 46-second timer. So what you want to do is you want to get into the cave. You want to get through it as fast as you can. You want to get into the bottom and then go and pick up your canister. And then now you want the enemies to kill you. You see 13 seconds left on decoy, they kill me, and now I'm here. This is where you want to Nightwave skip the dialogue. And now it's going to spawn on our left. Now what you do right when you get here is all you do is you're going to drop down, open it, drop your crewmate, park them, and then put the canister in, and then just leave. You don't need to go back there for another 2 minutes and 40 seconds or so. You don't need to be back there. So what we do in the meantime instead is we come up here. Now I have these lock pins here. This is where we're going to be forcing the drone to spawn every time. So this is where I'm always going to come to set up my portals. So what you want to do is you want to portal this rock. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Just like do it like right in the middle, like right here. Totally fine. And then when you get on this rock, now what you're looking for is you see that rock down there that I'm staring at on my crosshair? How you can kind of just see it over the lip of the hill. You want to stand about right here, look at the rock over the lip, and then portal it. Now you're on the rock. Now you see that rock right there, you want to portal that rock. And then the far top hill, you park that. And now this is exactly where the mission is going to start. And you're going to get the teleport directly there. So what we do now pretty much is we actually just sit here for about 2 minutes. You don't need to leave here until there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Because I'm going to be explaining it to you here. Now, while you're here, something you could do is, like, you see I'm at 300 energy. Like, you could drop a pad if you want to get some energy while you're hanging out here. I'd probably recommend that you guys, like, watch something on, like, YouTube or Netflix or whatever it may be while you're doing this, because you legitimately just AFK here for a couple minutes. And then once that clock hits about 10 seconds, we're going to drop a decoy here by my marker. You just have to be like south of the Africa Lake. So you just got to be like around here. And then once we're going to drop the decoy like right around here. And then we're going to go back to the point. We're going to pick up the canister. We're going to let the enemies kill us that are still at the point. And then it's going to teleport us back here. Now this is the really important force spawn. This is the one that you need to get here quickly. It's really easy on Volt, but on Nova it can be a little bit tricky, but with the decoy it's just that much easier. So you're legitimately going to go back there and then you're just going to teleport right back here. And then I'll explain to you what to do after that. And I actually want to talk about something now. While I'm doing this force spawn, if you do the force spawn, after I teleport back here, which I will be telling you when this comes into play, if you stay in your Warframe and you don't go into Operator, through my testing so far this year, you have a chance to get multiple different drone spawns. Whereas if you go into Operator, I've had a 100% success rate getting them to spawn on the cliff there. So you can see I'm at 10 seconds. I'm going to drop my clone, and now I'm going to run back to the objective. You can see my crewmate's been handling it. The objective's totally fine. Didn't take any damage. My crewmate's gone now because he lasts 3 minutes. The objective is 3 minutes. So legit, just walk in here, grab the canister, walk up to the enemies, and let them kill you. Go into Operator, and now you just sit and you wait. Now the drone is going to appear on my red ping. As you can see, now it's here. That's what I was saying before about having to go into Operator. Right after you get that teleport, you just go into Operator, and then you're safe. Now just through the portal. He's getting a little floaty here, but through the portal. Through the portal. Through the portal. And now we're here, and now you can see, now we are at boss phase. We're 4.5 minutes in, and we're here. which was really, really easy. Like, as you can see, like, I pretty much just AFK'd for a majority of that time. You don't really have to worry about all that much. So what you can do here is just go into like your Archwing and start killing the infested. You want to like specifically be killing the infested units, because if you're not killing infested, it's not going to up your percentages for the boss to spawn. Now the boss will spawn 4 times. It's going to spawn for every 25%, including at 100%. So you can see here, now we're at 26. What you want to do is you want to drop here, and you want to use your 4th ability. If you go onto this black, you will take toxin damage, so avoid that. Use your Vastilok to armor strip, throw down your Afentis, get a couple of kills, get Pistolier procced, and then just get up and wait for them to open their mouths. And now you can just see the kind of damage that this thing will do. It actually rips in the shreds. Now, what you want to do too is you want to keep getting like your passive to stay proc. So you can see when the passive is proc, look how fast I'm able to kill it with the passive proc of the Pyrana itself. And now you can see 5 minutes and 40 seconds, and we're on to the next. Now, after you kill the first one, it really gets a lot easier after this because there's so many enemies on the map. Now you want to do the same thing again. You want to drop your 4th ability there. You see, now this is what I was saying before with the low HP. You can get killed by toxin, but they're infested. It's really easy to get yourself back up. So just go, return, strip the armor, drop Afentis, get a couple of kills, try to get Pistolier to proc. Pistolier's procced, and now you can just go to town. Definitely want to start with the other heads first. This head here is the easiest one to kill. The Scythe is definitely the most annoying out of the 3. Because the head hitbox is really, really annoying to hit. It's like under it as well as the actual opening. So you can see if you don't kill it really fast too, sometimes it'll do things like this where like it won't actually open up. And I'm kind of just like sitting here like this now. Like you can see I got my Pistolier back. Rip the shreds again. Now we're at 50, 641. Now, yeah, this is a solid enough showing. You know, for me to be happy with for the video. So far today I've been running, I got around like a 7-minute run. But it really all depends on how well your rolls are during your Pyrana. Like if I could get it now, it would be great. Like I got Pistolier now. If I could have gotten it a little bit earlier, it would have been nice, but you can see now I just ripped through the Scythe. Now I'm going to rip through this one. This one's gone. Get my passive back, and now I'm just going to rip through this one here. And you can see that's what it looks like when you actually get like a good rotation on your abilities there, or on your arcane procs, and you can see you actually can like rip it to shreds. You don't need a ribbon. I'm not even using like a damage helmet or anything like that. You don't need anything special. So yep, same thing again. Afentis. Now my ult killed a bunch of them, which is kind of annoying, but we're gonna deal with it. And then you see, even without Pistolier, you can see we do a ton of damage without Pistolier still. You know, let me see if I can get it back up here. I do. Then when Pistolier's up, you can just hold left click and look for openings. Look right here, we got an opening. Got an opening here. You see, and like it just lasts for a while, so you can just keep going. Now I got it procced again. And it's just really a matter of you getting the mouths to open up. Now you can see I finished that 8-minute run. You know, and we're done with it just like that. So it's a really, like, not the hardest run out there. It just requires you, like, understanding what's going on in front of you. But overall, this is the build that I'm using, at least right now. If there's any updates to it, I will definitely mention it in the future. But this is really working well for me. The strat is phenomenal. So if you guys actually find, like, a better weapon than Pyrana, I'd love to know. But for right now, this is definitely what I'm going to be rocking with. But you know, for now, it's only day 1 of Plague Star. We don't know what people are going to come up with, but this is my day 1 guide. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you guys for subbing, and have a wonderful day.